Good morning. Phew, done been up and being busy. You can see my head, or what little bit of hair I have on my head, because I'm on top. I don't have hardly any. But when I don't shave my head regularly and it starts growing out, I get a little bit of hair on the sides, and I've been sweating. But I done got up, walked the dog. Ladybird. I lit little Lucy outside for a little bit. For a second, she'd already peed in the floor, but I went ahead and put her back up, put her outside to let her continue on if she needed to use it anymore. There wasn't no poop in the floor today either, so she's starting. Like I said, if I pay attention and try to get her outside several times throughout the day, there's hardly any messes to clean up other than maybe in the mornings when I've been asleep and she just couldn't go anywhere. She had to find somewhere to go. I know that she probably wasn't too used to using it inside. I'm not sure. I can tell she probably wasn't well taken care of, but somebody took care of her enough to where she's not afraid of me or people. She's just timid. The one thing that you can tell, it's her nails, the way they've grown out and they're wrong. That's one thing I still have to address. Like, I've been wanting to take her to maybe a pet store that does grooming and see how much it would cost to have them professionally clip those nails, because I don't want to hurt her. A few of them look like they might have had problems in the past, or you could cause a problem if you're trying to do something around overgrown dogs' toenails. If y'all have any information, or you can tell me something maybe, but I just want, this is going to be more about me reading from Living Your Best Life According to Nala the Cat. I was looking at it. There's this much left, and I thought about trying to knock it out and finish it. But then I was like, we're just going to do a few pages where I can show you the pictures and what the words say. Because then that'll leave me at least one more video to do, maybe two. Especially when I do extra little talking in here. It's not just me reading strictly from the book, because I'm sharing with you about my morning already. One thing I've already done this morning is I began yesterday, cleaning the living room. So last night, or yesterday evening before I called it a day, I finally got this coffee table that's in between my love seats here. Where I had a bunch of stuff sitting, like I had books, I had toys, I had just stuff sitting there that I hadn't done nothing with in a minute. So I had cleared that off, and so this morning it was cleared off, but there's a few other things I had to move off and just sit to the side. And then I scraped all the dust and the particles that were on there off into the trash can, sprayed it down, wiped it down. And then I've laid out all my crystals and my gemstones and stuff that I have that I've collected, and my friend Mama Teresa has sent me in the past 6 or 7 months here. She had sent me a package in December for my birthday, and then this past month, I'd gotten another package of several things. But I always appreciate when people help me out, or just feel like they want to just reach out to me and they say, hey, I want to send you something, or can I write you a letter or whatever. It's kind of cool, getting to know people. There's several of you guys that I actually communicate with fairly regular, Teresa's one of them, and one from Twitter, the other mom, I talk to her fairly regular too on Twitter, but we also, we communicate daily other than just social media. The same with Teresa. Anybody that I'm easy to get to talk to. Sometimes I may be distant and I'm just going through something probably. If we've been in touch and we've been communicating, and then you don't hear from me for a minute or something, or I'm not responding, that just means I'm probably dealing with something that I'm either ashamed of, or I just don't want to talk about at the moment, and trying to get through it before I start reacting or interacting again with people that I don't know that well. I even close up with the people that I'm around regularly, so I don't know. But I thought the last thing that I had marked was she's in a Superman like costume, but I guess you could say she's in a Supergirl because I think Nala's a female. But it says embrace your inner hero. And then choose love, choose you, and then the hashtag self-love. And we got the cat beside some roses there. That's a beautiful picture. Talking to your best friend is best therapy. And I gotta say, that's true, you know. Look at that. It's just cute. You know, like for me, I'd say, you know, just talking to whoever I can. For me, you know, truly my real best friend is just the Spirit of God, you know, like that's all I've ever had completely that I could be sure of, you know, other than my mom. You know, there's been a few people in my life that were pretty solid, but, you know, people come and go and people fade out, and sometimes people come back in your life, sometimes they never do, and sometimes people pass on, like my mom and stuff. So, you know, but it's good to have friends. It's good to have people you can communicate with. I think it is. So pamper yourself. Have tuna in bed. Now, that's funny because I made a little bit of tuna fish last night. Made me up some. And I actually was snacking on some sitting on the side of my bed last night. I had these little crackers, and I was just putting the tuna fish that I made up on the cracker and just eating it. And just having a little bit of a filling my belly before I called it a night and went to sleep. You're perfect just the way you are. Perfectly imperfect. That is true. We are perfectly imperfect. Don't be ashamed of being yourself. As long as you ain't harming people and you ain't like causing a big scene in the world and doing heinous acts, I think it's okay for you to exist, you know. I don't get into people pushing too much of their beliefs on people. I don't get into people trying to force someone to think a certain way, or thinking that just because you think a certain way that you can't be friends with somebody. I mean, come on now. What happened with getting along with people, man? I've had plenty of people that I didn't agree with theologically, politically, socially, or whatever. We didn't like the same music. We didn't like the same kind of girls or whatever. Sometimes I've had gay friends. I've had, you know, all sorts of friends that were from all walks of life, and we got along. Like the things that we didn't get along about, we didn't talk about that much, and we left it the wayside, and then we focused on what we did get along with. And we moved on, and we had good times. Confidence never goes out of style. Own it and work it. Confidence. But she does look confident. I'd say we got to learn, or I have to learn more confidence in myself. I'm constantly trying to, you know. Now, this is where I'm going to end it, but I'm going to say this. It says, be a queen. Flawless. Shine bright. But I will say to my fellow, the men that watch my channel, because there are men that watch the channel, be a king if you ain't a female. And if you are, you know, if you think of yourself, let's not get into the whole what you identify with, but if you're a man and you say you're a queen, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I've known a lot of queens, like in both aspects, you know, like females that just carried themselves like they owned it, and I've known, you know, men that were gay and they considered themselves queens. But that was fine with me, you know, like I was able to get through the differences. I don't cringe at just everything, you know. So until next time, Mr. Cloud says the eternal moment. I think that well, wait, I'm gonna read one more page. Love is being in your happy place. So I hope that you got, now I'm going to leave that one there. So then we still got about that many pages, and that'll give me another good video. Maybe one more, at least one more video, if not two. Probably one though. I don't know. So there you go. Life according, or living your best life according to Nala the cat. Until next time, Mr. Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment, over and out. I got more work to do. before I take a shower and get cleaned up. I got that doctor's appointment this afternoon. So I'm going to finish doing some more cleaning for the next hour and a half or so, and two, cook me a little something to eat and all that, and then I'll shower and be ready for my ride and wish me luck at the doctor. So I already said who I was and all that, but I will leave it at this. Ditto. You know what that means, don't you? I love you is what it is. If you didn't know. Ditto. That's my way.